with that, so you have the application of Aadhaar being linked very closely to the right of privacy, which is going to be decided by a larger bench. CNBC TV 18 spoke with the Senior Counsel Harish Salve. He is representing the state of Gujarat and he is very much pro-Aadhaar, saying it would be disastrous. It is disastrous how people are making a big issue about privacy. Here's more from Harish Salve.
My views on this are very clear. I think the government has put everybody in a bit of a spot by raising the issue of whether there is a right to privacy and getting it stuck in the larger constitutional question. This is an open and shut case, which if it was argued on the premise that even if there is a right to privacy, there is no violation by collecting the basic data relating to private human beings. And if the unnecessary cloud sought to be created on the security aspect had been removed by the government effectively, I don't think the case would have really sort of taken this kind of turn. But anyway, we are where we are.
Mr. Salve, just to sort of stick with the current issues before I talk to you about the privacy matter, it will now be referred to a larger bench, from which I understand will be the constitutional bench, which is yet to be set up from what I understand.
No. The first issue to be decided is there a right to privacy? Now that's the larger issue to be gone into, which, is a metaphysical constitutional issue.
Metaphysical constitutional issue, sir?
Yeah, and according to me, it's a non-issue because frankly in 2015 to say your right to personal liberty doesn't include the right to privacy is a complete constitutional anachronism. But anyway, that's where we are.
Unfortunately, Mr. Salve, it does seem those who oppose the mandatory use of Aadhaar without sufficient privacy and security safeguards are concerned about the lack of an explicit right to privacy in the Constitution or any overarching privacy law.
Yeah,
so what's the way out of this?
There are so many rights which the Supreme Court has read into the Constitution. The right to privacy is one of them. I don't think the fact that there is no express right gives rise to any concern in any person superficially familiar with constitutional law. I have appeared in this case for the Delhi government, and I personally would think it's a charitable use of language to call the challenge a nonsense. But anyway, that's where we are.
But Mr. Salve,
if once you go into the details of how the data is collected and how the data is maintained, I don't think there is any reason to suspect that there will be some sort of a looming big brother who is watching everywhere you go and checking at everything you do and stuff like that.
Harish Salve there representing the state of Gujarat, also telling CNBC TV 18 what is anyone going to do with stolen fingerprints. Biometrics is information that is already taken by various companies at the time of enrollment and even with banks. But that's one side of the story. Senior Supreme Court advocate Shyam Diwan, who argued against the Aadhaar project on behalf of several NGOs, today told the Supreme Court, and I quote him, "Biometrics, iris and fingerprints are an individual's most private personal property, but this personal unique data is harvested from millions of citizens by corporates with former FBI and CIA men at the helm. Government has no clue what they are doing with the data," unquote. So that's our coverage on Reporter's Diary as far as Aadhaar goes. We're going to